Why do we hold on to anger?
The way I see it, we don't actually hold on to anger. Who would do that? Anger holds on to us. The traditional view of anger is that it's bad and it's wrong and you shouldn't have anger. Oh, you're so angry. My view is this. I had a friend who's actually not alive anymore, Dave. And he was the angriest person I have ever met. He was so angry that he'd walk down a road, and he's a big guy, and if somebody didn't move, he would shove them off the road, literally, fully off the road. And if they turned around and said, what? He'd go, what? Furious, rage. And it turned out with Dave that when he followed his anger back, he didn't suppress it. Well, he did actually for a long time with heavy drugs, but finally he followed it back. And he realized that actually buried deep within his unconscious mind was terrible memories and experiences of abuse in his early life, in his very early life. And the anger, he'd forgotten that whole situation. It had been completely sealed off in terror and fear and trauma. But the anger that stayed with him was like a red light that kept flashing. And really what it was saying is, there's something you need to address. Follow the red light. Go to the red light of anger, and you will find there something that needs to be felt. It's like the red around a septic wound. It indicates that something needs to be addressed. The anger then goes. Once the issue is addressed, once it's seen, once it's felt, once what was there then is felt in the here now, then it's no longer there then. And the thing that connected you to the there then of that event, which was the anger, is no longer needed. It's not there by mistake. It's part of a perfect, cohesive, dynamic wonder that is the way we integrate stuff in the past. So follow the anger back. Find its source. It's also true that you're never angry about what you're angry about. That's classic, isn't it? It's like people, you left the tap of the toothpaste. You left the top of the toothpaste. That isn't what the person's angry about, is it? Who cares about the top of the toothpaste, whether it was left on or off? But that triggered and released a different kind of anger that was already there, that was underlying, that needed to be addressed. So when the past is reconciled, then anger is no more. Then you may, if you see injustice, for example, or if you have to communicate powerfully, then you can summon anger consciously and give it into your communication, but coming from a good place. You're actually using it. It's like a force that you're using. Then it's different. We're really talking here about unconscious anger. Why am I so angry? You're so angry because there's something that needs to be addressed. There's something that needs to be accepted. There's something that needs to be forgiven. There's something that needs to be released. And your anger is the way to find it. It's not true to say that somebody, their nature is angry. Nobody's nature is angry. We don't have fixed natures. The way it's projected in normal life is that we do. Oh, he's like this, she's like that. Well, it's not actually the truth. There was a time when you weren't angry. There's no such thing as an angry baby. And there's a time when you are not angry. When you're in deep sleep, you're not angry. Unless you're having dreams, but even under dreams, you're not angry. And later, you're not going to be angry. It'll pass. So it has a purpose. It's a passing condition. It's a gift. because it points you somewhere. Now, the more you don't address the issue, the more compressed and condensed the anger becomes, until you do address the issue, and then the anger subsides. And that anger then becomes, it's released, and it becomes power, like the punk song, anger is an energy. Once that anger is accepted, once that the source of that anger is reached and the issue is felt and accepted, then you have power. It's creative. It gets transmuted, transformed into a powerful, creative aspect in the palette of your performance as a being in this play. So it doesn't help to suppress anger. If you suppress anger, it'll come out somewhere else. It'll come out as illness. It'll come out as some weirdness. So accept your anger. Don't judge yourself as being wrong or bad because you feel anger or rage even. It's a gift.